Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room, moving backwards through the alphabet, and we're still in the letter W. God knows how long we're going to be in the letter W. In fact, we're still in the letter W-I in that order. And there's so much more. We're ending the W-I's. We'll be getting there. I just dread getting to Wagner. Oh, God. You're all going to freak out when you see Wagner. It's not that it's so big, it's just that it's there, it's like well. Anyway, I'm going through this stuff, and of course I see some things in these bins that I have here, these giant, plastic bins, which, here's the lid for it. You can see it's a giant plastic bin, and, things fall between the cracks because they're not exactly perfectly straight, and things are out of order. So here is The Return of the Jedi, which by John Williams. We already did John Williams, and so fortunately, John Williams is right here, and right after The Empire Strikes Back, I can stick that there, and we will be in business. All right, there we go. Now, we're still in the W's, and the composer I'm talking about today, all by himself, is Widor. Charles Marie Widor he lived from 1844 to 1937. He had a long life. He wrote a ton of music. He's only known today for his organ symphonies. And here they are, or at least one set of them. I have others. But this is the MDG set of the complete organ symphonies in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 complete organ works in 7 volumes. Let's see, who's playing Ben van Oosten with the Cavalier Cole organ in Santa Maria la Real in Azkoitia, wherever the hell that is. And there's other ones. He's playing on a bunch of, here's one in Lyon, and there's one in Rouen and Toulouse. There's 2 in Toulouse, yes, Saint-Sernin in Toulouse, Saint-Sernin, and back in Rouen, and in Rouen, okay, mostly. These organ symphonies are kind of reviled. Even the most popular bit of them, which is the toccata finale of the 5th organ symphony, gets sort of, a ha-ha, because it's supposed to be kind of like vulgar and tacky. Well, it is vulgar, but it's not tacky. It's wonderfully vulgar, in fact. But the whole piece is beautiful, absolutely lovely. It's hauntingly beautiful. I mean, that second movement with that tune, do 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 do. It really sticks in your mind. And I know I make fun of organ music. I do. I do because some things deserve to be made fun of. And organ music is one of those things. The organ is just this big, unwieldy behemoth of an instrument which is completely inexpressive and almost impossible to play rhythmically, and it's completely at the mercy of the swimmy, ridiculous acoustic of the church or thing in which it's installed. If you're lucky, you get a concert hall. Some organs I just love, like, the Newberry organ at Wolsey Hall at Yale, which is one of the great orchestral organs still existing. It's an Aeolian Skinner, and it has the most wonderful timbres and colors. It's amazing. But, you have to be picky. And making great organ recordings is very, very difficult. And so many things are transcribed for the organ, and they almost always sound worse when they are. So, yeah, there's a lot to laugh about. And also, when it comes to organ composers, there's Bach, and then there's like everybody else. Now, people who love Baroque music or German Baroque music, they say, well, there's Buxtehude, there's this one, there's that one. Nonsense. You might as well just say it's all by Bach and leave it at that. After Bach, the only people we care about for organ repertoire are Mendelssohn, who wrote fabulous organ sonatas. They're really great works. And then the French school. The French people, Franck, first and foremost, and then Widor and Vierne, and to a certain extent, Guillemot and some other guys. Now, I frankly love the French school. I love Franck's organ music because it's just marvelous. It sounds very Frankian. And I think Widor is a much better composer than he gets credit for being. I really do. So anyway, here were all the organ symphonies on M, D, and G. There's that cycle. But because I had more than one at the time, I just decided to stick one of them down here in the overflow room. But the really cool thing about Widor is that he wrote a ton of other music. He wrote orchestral symphonies that include the organ, including these, his Third Symphony, which is kind of like Saint-Saëns' Third Symphony with organ in 2 movements, just like the Saint-Saëns, and the Symphonia Sacra, Opus 81. This is a multi-volume Widor series that included some of his orchestral pieces on motet. Now, at the time this came out, which was 1987, there was virtually nothing else. This was with Paul Wiskirchen on the organ and the Philharmonia Hungarica, Gürzen Orchestra Kuhn, okay, that thing, Gürzenich, the Gürzenich Orchestra, right, okay, I'm just trying to look at this lettering, under Volker Hempfling. Now, it is very well recorded, it's a lovely disc. There was just nothing else to hear Widor's orchestral music, including the stuff he wrote without the organ. Now, all of that stuff is getting recorded, or it's been recorded, some of it's been recorded. There's a bunch of Widor on Dutton. There's a whole series, which we're going to talk about at some point, because I have them. And there were some, I think, also on Timpani and some other labels like that. Fuga Libra, those people, the Belgians and those guys. Really lovely to get to know Widor, the composer, because he was a wonderful late Romantic French composer. Big surprise. Who's definitely worth hearing, aside from his organ music. But, he didn't write operas like Massenet and those people. He wasn't an opera specialist. And so because he wrote mostly either organ music or orchestral music, it's been kind of sidelined. And chamber music, some beautiful chamber music. Widor is worth hearing. I'm just going to say that now, because I don't have that much here in the overflow room. Most of it is in the main library up there, because it post-dates me putting together all the stuff that overflew here. So I'm just saying, get ready. We're going to do some Widor at some point. There's so much to talk about. I'm not sure when, but I have it and I like it and I really want to share it. So, maybe this will induce me to bump him up in the line somewhat. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.